What's up, my GBs? Y'all, that is y'all new nickname. We are back with episode 7, which is workplace environment. We will be getting into it. And I want to say, y'all, we always transitioning with our looks, our glams and everything. So as you can see, we have a very new set. Today I am Mariah the scientist. I am burning blue because this episode is supposed to have been done some months ago, but I had another calling, and that calling was from God to at least get me back on the right track, which I wasn't falling off. I was doing everything I was supposed to have done, but God called me to get realigned with myself for 90 days, 2 months. 2 months. God was, well, not even 2 months, 2.5 months that you have not seen me since episode 6. Excuse me. Because we're going to get into it. Everything today. I have some new props. We got the Grand Talk phone. Hello, hello, hello. And today, you see, I got a new phone cover, y'all. When I tell you I'm going straight blue, I am blue fever over here. So, first thing first, we're going to get into why I was called to do a 90-day rule. Y'all remember that I was doing the 90s nostalgia. I'm still kind of double back in the 90s era just so I can reach back into what good times were. Celebrating self love, self worth, self care. So, y'all know back in the day, women had the 90-day rule where you given a guy 90 days to see how long he would last, to see if he really is feeling you. So, before you get intimate with someone, so you want to make sure, are you just here for the goods, or are you here for relationship, basically? So, but as for me, we're not talking about relationship wise, but God said, okay, you're on your spiritual journey, you're on your celibacy, so what more do I have to do? As I check all the boxes that I need to prepare myself to be a better person, it was something that I was missing, and that was aha moment. My aha moment was my career. How you dress the part for your career, the lifestyle that you want to create, you have to be the one to create it, and to not fake it till you make it. But we really want to be real and authentic when we do shift change, as they do in the workplace. So I'm gonna get into hostile work environment for one. We're gonna start off with that, and then we're gonna get off into some celebrity gossip. Not so much gossip because I don't too much gossip unless it's requiring for me to just speak on certain things pertaining to the entertainment industry. And also, I want to get into the new Grenade Star of the Week, and also just kind of give my GBs. So I chose GBs because it's very unisex, because I didn't want to call my male supporters butterflies. So they were like, that's not keeping it player, that's not keeping it P. So for everybody, we're going to clock our T, because we took out tea time, y'all. But when I do this, that means clock that T. So we're clocking the T just with my GBs, and that's GBZ. Okay? Period. So, first thing first, I want to get back into what God was calling me to do on my 90-day rule, and that's meditation, getting grounded, um, exercising, switching up your eating habits, my eating habits, and really connecting with my higher self so that I trust my intuition and I use my discernment wherever I go, because those that know me from the past, I've had so many jobs. Like, I worked in retail, CNA, skilled nursing facilities, hospice I've done, private duties I've done for families. Um, what else? I've done a number of things, especially in the healthcare field. So I knew I always wanted to help people. So let's start there. Like, I knew I wanted to help people and to heal, and to learn yourself really, and self awareness. But God said, okay, you want to look at the bigger picture. So my bigger picture is, people like my GBs tell me, oh, I like how you switch it up with your podcast and everything. I see you, I be watching you, and I get feedback on the street, but I just want my GBs to really like come in, you know what I'm saying, get a feel, be related, and give me my feedback. That really helps my algorithm on social media. So I want to start there. So it's just like, what changes I need to make within myself so that I can be more interesting to you guys that are watching me. And, you know, calling in my true soulmate, because I do, and I know I am a wife, and I will be a wife and a mother. So it's just internal things that I had to be obedient with God for those 90 days that you missed me. I wasn't even really posting on social media like that, but you would see me post things here and there, like me just having brunch or something like that, or just going out, just enjoying myself, like, in the midst of those 90 days, I didn't want y'all to be like, okay, what's going on with Alexis Janae? Like, we haven't seen her. She haven't really been posting like that. But, I'll pop out here and there. I'm one of those. Like, I could be introvert and extrovert. So that's why it's been so long since you have not seen me since. And let's start with work environments. So I'm going to take y'all down a memory lane with me about a job I was on. I was in my early college years. Like, as you know, I didn't complete college. I was a college dropout. So that's why I related to a lot of things that the College Dropout album from Kanye was. Yes, we missed the old Kanye. Yeah. Anyway, so I was on this job for 6 years, and like I said, I always knew I wanted to do something. And I never, like, when I was in college, guys, I was a very professional college student. Like, I could not make up my mind what I wanted to do. I feel like I've said this in the past, but kind of refresh your memory. Like, I done switched up my majors from legal admin to dental assistant to interior design, and like, I've been everything. So I was just like, listen, I rather not. Like, me in school just broke up, and I just had not been back, only to get my certificates and my certified CNA license. But anyway, so I was on the job for 6 years. I was working in dietary aid at the time, and it was me and another colleague of mine, and she was going to school, and we were the only two black females that were working in dietary that were going to work and to school to further our careers. Well, she furthered her career. She Was going to a 4-year college in my hometown, and we was noticing things like little petty things like other co-workers and sometimes the manager that we had at the time would just like nitpicking at every little petty thing that they could find us to do. Now everybody know I'm a very proactive worker. Like I work like it would be times where like because I went to school in the morning time, so I would have to like pick up work shifts like in the afternoon. So when they didn't have anybody, like they would call me, hey, we missed someone or someone called out. I would call, like if I'm not doing anything, I showed up for work. For 6 years, I was very dedicated and very loyal to this company. And it was just little nitpicking things. And I just never understood, like, why are we being targeted so much? And it like we was putting our, what I'm saying, just talking amongst each other, and that's how we became close as work buddies. And we're gonna get into work buddies later on. So we became work buddies because we was like, dang, like we not doing anything wrong, or what I'm saying. So if they find that you're not setting the tables correctly, it was an issue. Like it was just crazy to me. And I was like, well, I told her, I said, why we're being targeted. I said, we're two black young girls trying to make a living, trying to pay our bills. Because at that particular time, I moved out at the age of 19 from my parents' home. So I had my first apartment. I had my car and everything. So I was like, we're being targeted because we are very much so ambitious, and they really look at young black women to be the stereotype, you know, with a house full of children and baby daddies. And, I'm not down to anybody that, have those roles as a baby mother or a baby father. But it was just like, we was very much so targeted for being who we were. So, trying to make a long story short, she graduated with her mass communications degree, and they had a position open for her. She went for that position, got hired for it, and during a snowstorm, they built so much against her to where they fired her. And she just probably to this day don't even understand why. But again, like when you have that type of target on your back because you are chosen for greatness, people will do everything to dim your light, to put that dart and that target red point on your back just so they can be like, yeah, um, you too good for us. Like people, you know what I'm saying? When you're a good worker and people do nitpicking things like that just to get a rouse out of you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's why I take my mental health very seriously when I say that I have done the shadow work on myself, because those days I was very much so angered and triggered to the point where after my work buddy that was hired for a very higher position and more so a corporate position, like she wasn't like the receptionist or anything. It was something to do with mass communications. But they was building, it was like they were building their cases because I was always on time, never late, showed up even on days that I'm not even supposed to be there. And I would still continue on my education in college. So when it got to a point where, first and foremost, I don't hardly ever get sick. I don't hardly ever get sick. But this one particular time, I was sick for a whole week with a sinus infection. a full week, Monday through Friday. And people know I love my money. I love to go out and do what I do and to keep my apartment and my, my bills and my responsibilities up. And I got back to work that following week, and one of the girls I've trained in dietary aid, she and I didn't see eye to eye this particular day. And I'm telling her, hey, I don't feel well. You may have to take over to do this, and I do the other. And she did not want to comply. But when I say that I was so full of anger back then and so triggered, because, and then after all of the nitpicking that I was taking from that workplace, I see red. Like when I blank out. And I'm sure like we see it on reality TV when people just go blow for blow. Like, baby, it was just much so giving Portia and Kenya Moore's fight on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Yeah. But at that particular time, I was there for 6 years, and I was just like, it's time. Is like I've been had seen the red flags, but it was just like my dedication to that company. I didn't want to pick up and move on to another job, which I could have done that. But you know, when you start making a certain type of money, for being on the job for so long, you like, well, my money is right, and everything else is being taken care of, my bills and everything. So GBs, y'all, I lost it. I lost my cool because I overheard the coworker gossiping about me to another coworker. And so with me being me back then, I addressed her. I was like, hey, I hear you speaking about me, so like, what is your issue? What is the deal here? And she yells at me, and that's one thing you don't do at Alexis Janae. Like, if I'm trying to just ask you a question out of clarity, I'm just asking to see like what's going on. Like, why is it so hard to? I mean, I've trained you. You've been on your own for a good minute. So why is my trainee coming at me the way she coming at me? Like, and that I've been, out for a full week. Missed the whole week like, I don't miss no money. But anyway, so she got real rah-rah with me, and that was the last straw that broke the camel's back for me. I was like, listen, I don't do this, and this is going to be way beyond my character. But you really push my buttons, and I'm really like about to dust you off. I'm really like, okay, let's both of us go and clock out, put in my badge, and then we get swap it out across the street and let the county or the city come pick us up. Like what's good? Like, I'm one of them, like, my anger, like, because it was a lot of things that, from my past, like childhood traumas, everything would, like, because I've always been nitpicked at. And I'm speaking of my GBs because we are the black sheep. We do get nitpicked. Especially you gonna be tested even more on the job. Where people gonna try you, nitpick at you, just to fuck up your money. And I remember at that particular time, I had a friend, and he was also going to school, but he was in Jersey. And so he was like, yo, Lex, I just, he asked me for a favor to help him, like, pay for one of his books. And I was like, dude, like, I got you. But at this point in time, I was fired. And so he was like, no, Lex, like, you don't let nobody come between you and your money. And no, even though he was asking me for some money, but he was telling me some real stuff. So that day when I got fired, I didn't give a damn. I was like, shit, I'll go find another job somewhere else. Like, it ain't, it is what it is. So when they called me in after they suspended me, I went back. They was let me know all the cases they was building up against me with these write-ups, these warnings, first offense, second offense, and all of that, till they was like, okay, this is the point where we have to terminate you. So, this is the paper, and this for you to sign. I told, I would sound like Bernie Mac for me because Bernie Mac a Libra. I told them motherfucker, I ain't signed a motherfucking thing, and y'all have a nice day. Why was I being so nice to tell these fuckers to have a nice day for firing me? I'm like, oh no, y'all got me fucked up. So I was like, shit, I ain't worried about that. I'm gonna go to the unemployment office, kind of collect me some money till I can find me another job, and you know what I'm saying, continue stacking my money and continue to go to school and stuff. So I wasn't getting any jobs. Listen, this is me telling y'all that I done been down before. So I couldn't find a job after being fired for a long time. But you know what happened? That tower moment had to happen for me because I lost my apartment. My car was repossessed. And I was living a pillar to post with family members that, you know, the type when you live pillar to post and people really don't want you there. Yeah, I've had those type of stories. So even though, you know, things have went down south for me, so I'm just like, listen, I low-key got to take accountability for my actions, too, to not let nobody get me out of anger. And I didn't know how to communicate in the way that I should have because, like I said, I was young then. I was in my early 20s, like hot-headed. Oh, my God. Don't piss me the fuck off. Like, y'all got the acronym PMO. Don't piss, DPMO. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Peace. Don't do that. But I'm better now. I done changed. I done shifted myself. But now I take accountability for the things that I've done on my account. But sometimes I've learned to hold other people accountable for what they do. Because y'all building cases against me, it's just like, okay, where is this animosity come from? Let's get to the root of the issue is here. If I'm doing this, being loyal, coming in for you and everything, then why would you target me? Why you not targeting somebody that's taking longer breaks outside smoking cigarettes or you know, just taking whatever amounts of times of breaks? But I'm being proactive and working my tail off. Nah, that ain't gonna fly with me no more. So, speaking of which, people would have evil eyes, and this is my new slogan, tagline. I speak spiritual slang, which meaning when I speak on certain spiritual things, like evil eyes, like I had so many evil eyes on me. Me and my colleague that got fired together, well, we wasn't fired together, but she got fired before me. But you know what I'm saying? So it was just the evil eyes, the spiritual attacks that they was building cases to try to get us gone, to get us out of there because they didn't want to see two black girls make it. And that's sad. That is very sad to say. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we know how to maneuver in a professional way nowadays and not let things really kind of take us out of our character, take us to that place to really give people that. Yep, see, I told you she act like that. I told you she's very passive aggressive. You gotta try to like flip their words on them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta go to their handbook and see what the words mean, know what they mean, and just say, hey, I'm not with your passive aggressiveness, sir, ma'am, customers, client, like anybody with me nowadays are being held accountable for the things they do, and then I take accountability for the things I do. What's up, my grande boos and grande bays? If this video clip finds you, then you are truly turned into this episode. Thank you for supporting my podcast. And if you want to become a grande boo or grande bay, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like, comment below, share this video, and also if you're an entrepreneur or just simply want to join as guest, you can email me with the link below to secure your spot. And stay tuned. And now you're back to this episode on the Grand Talk Podcast. So, speaking of which, and we're talking about work environments, and we're gonna kind of like pull out of the celebrity industry, entertainment. As you know, we all, I'm not saying we all, but those that's been watching the P. Diddy trial, you know, how we've seen the sex workers, the victims, you know, even makeup artists and getting treated. Well, we don't know because they all taking a stand, but obviously Diddy beat the Rico case. He beat the Rico, he beat the racketeering, but he was found guilty on the accounts of Cassie Ventura and the Jane Doe girl. So I'm just like, dang, like the things that we've heard, like throughout this whole Diddy trial journey of the sex tapes, the baby oils, and you know, learning who is who, and them picking up people off the Craigslist, like, or whatever they was finding people to do the freak offs. Like, I just never thought people would be that freaky. Maybe my freaky is just so damn basic, cause the things that I've heard from the trial, I was like, oh my god, yikes. And I, you know what I'm saying, I've been neutral throughout this whole trial, because I was like, you know, why would she say that she enjoyed the freak offs if it's throwing up your pH balance, you're getting sores in your mouth, the urinalysis in your mouth? Like, oh my god, it's like my flabbers were gasted. Yeah, I was so like taken away, just yikes. I'm like Pliers, like I just never thought that my freaky was just freaky. Like, you know, I can try things, cause I mean we all adults here, you know, guys. GBs, like, you understand. So it just like they took freak to another level. Like, I'ma just call P Diddy freak is diabolical freaky. I mean, I ain't here to judge, but God, Lord, be offense. But which brings me to this week's Grande Star of the Week. Armand Wiggins. Armand Wiggins. Be bringing the tea with Duchess. Y'all, oh my God, the TV host, personnel, author, and journalist. Oh my God, I love Armand, y'all. Listen, Armand, to me, now I wasn't watching everybody else, but since day one, some just said, check him out. And I just want to give Armand his flowers. He moved from LA to New York to cover the Diddy trial. Like, sitting in the courtroom, pen note dropping, you know, just taking quick little notes just so he can bring back to his audience, us, his subscribers and followers, all the good tea, all, you know what I'm saying? How people was, you know, looking, and people looking down, people looking at the juror just like, yeah, you know, with a smirk on their face. Like, he did, like, baby, if this trial did not tell you nothing about, and he always say this, more oil, stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? He uses phrases like that from the freak house. And it's funny, but, you know, just kind of be like, sensitive to the victims, the real victims, because some of the people that took the stand, I was just like, girl, you're not a victim. You know what I'm saying? So Armand was just so fun. Like, he made it so like I basically felt like I was like sitting in the courtroom with him. Like, that's how detailed he was. Like he would demonstrate and how, Diddy probably was throwing apples and how people was asking for turkey bacons and the eggs and skillets and Tootsie Rolls and uh what else? The freezer meats. Like we heard all the doggone food chains through Armand. So I just want to also, shout out to Armand because he was being heckled by a heckler right in front of the courthouse, and he went viral twice. Once for the heckler. Second time he hit certain uh blogs for dousing himself. Him and others were dousing themselves in baby oil in front of the courthouse, as we heard, some of the verdict of P. Diddy's, beating the RICO case. Shout out to Young Thugs and Diddy's lawyer for like if you in a RICO case, you got that money on to really like holler at like him because baby he's beating the cases. I'm just saying, I can't knock it. I can't knock it. But I just want to say also with that whole dousing himself in the baby oil Armand issue, everyone to the public an apology for his behavior, and he just, I can agree with him. It was the wrong timing, but sometimes we have to be mindful that a lot of people are not gonna perceive you like those that are really supporting you and for you. Like people was saying that it was childish, and in other people's eyes, it could have been seen childish. But when you follow him, and he was just trying to like bring or shed light to the more oil how he be on his YouTube live and kind of connecting with us to support him. So it was just like, yeah, like it wasn't anything towards the victims. I didn't get that from him. So I just want to say, yeah, I'm clocking your T, baby. I see you. I love you. You gained a supporter, a subscriber, and a follower in me, baby. So, in the place of tea time, we're gonna go to our social media spotlight. Shout out to my girl Flipper T with affirmations, followed by content creator Joseph Fogg. Y'all, Joseph, when you see those Timberland boots, let me just say, you gotta hype me up. Hype me up, hey, hype me up, hey, hype me up, hey, hype me up. I love it. I love the song. Let me start with the song. Let me start with the song, y'all, because even though that was Gorilla's beat to the song Step, she took that to bring more self love and awareness to yourself, to hype yourself up. You gotta be your own hype man sometimes. And with Joseph Fogg, like for him doing his little dance quick 1-2 on TikTok and Instagram or whatever platform he's on, like he could be anywhere, and he just like when you see that Timberland boot, he about to just he could be at the church house. Like he gonna do his dance and he gonna just hype himself up. I love that. Like I love they have collaborated and they are going on tour together, seeing them on stage together. He is a background dancer. I love the connection and the networking. That's creating a very safe place for anybody, can eat. We all can eat. We all can, what I'm saying, open each other up to opportunities in different rooms and be in the same room together. Like, when are we going to get back to just being genuine people again? So that's why I really revert back to the 90s era. Because that's how I felt like everything was more safe and secure, and people wasn't really tearing each other down. And I want to say shout out to him, but I also want to just say I picked up on how he was like just moving and grooving and dancing. Like, do he not remind you of, if you're a Martin fan and you watch Martin, you remember King Beef, and he was like, "Now it's time to dance," and he just started dancing, and they're like, "Go King Beef, go King Beef, go King Beef." He gave, like, every time I see him, I was like, he looked just like King Beef, and he like every bit of, I don't know, 6'7", like he's tall, like. But I want to say shout out to Flipper T and Joseph Fall. Keep doing your thing. And um, I want to get into the BET Awards 2025. Did y'all watch it? And if you were there, like, let me give y'all flowers, because y'all did that for 2025 BET Awards. Come on now. From the hosts and the hostesses and the performances, oh my God, phenomenal. Like, let me just say this. I will be on the one of them red carpets soon, and I'm speaking everything to existence. Like, y'all gonna see Alicia Janae on the carpet, not being the interviewer, but being interviewed, and really like pulling up with my fashions. Don't y'all see me in my fit checks? Okay, this is fit check, y'all. Don't, okay, do not play with me when it comes to putting that shit on. And so I just want to get into all the Libras. Baby, I gotta shout out my zodiac sign for being in the building at the BET Awards. Listen, from Ashanti, Keisha Cole, Maya, Lil Wayne, T.I., who else? T-Pain, Snoop Dogg. Like, Libras, y'all turned up for the culture and the sign in Gemini season. Clock it. Y'all all were beautiful. Like, everybody that hit the red carpet, you all were gorgeous. But just know, Alexis Janae, y'all gonna remember me. Because I'm gonna put that shit on, baby. Yeah, every time you see me, clock that T. Clock it. So, yes. Y'all see me? Shout out to my hairstylist and my lovely makeup artist for doing the 1 and 2 on the beat. Touched by Jazz. Shout out to my girl Jasmine, the one and only from Spartanburg, South Carolina. I'm shouting you out, my girl. So if you watching this, you did that, boo, for burning blue fever workplace environment. Just know that this edition only is for throat chakra addiction. And when I say I speak spiritual slang, let me bring you back to what I mean by that throat chakra. Throat chakra is to speak up. So that's everything, you know. Yes, we got Mercury retrograde. Sometimes you gonna stumble over your words, but when you know what time it is, you know how to reel it back in and to speak up for yourself. So using your voice in the workplace. So that's what I want my GBs to do. You can still speak up for yourself. It don't have to. It's not what you say. It's how you say it and how you deliver. But when you show your colleagues that you work with that you are very not with the program, but you're bigger than the program, that's why they clock you. That's why they nitpick at you. So remember that. And also, too, remember, if you having any issues with anybody, to document it. Whether if you write it down, and also for my GBs, I don't know where y'all are in the world, but make sure you check every state's laws, because some states can require you to record and not tell the other party that you're recording. And then you got others that you have to let every party know that you are recorded, that you are recording them. That is by law. so it don't come and bite you in the ass, GBs. Okay? Somebody need to hear that because I didn't know that at first, but now I do, and I'm telling it to you. Okay? Because of course, workplaces they have cameras, and sometimes cameras with audio. So if you're feeling like, okay, I don't feel like this is right, I'm being treated right or fair, so I wanted to have something that can be a witness without having any witnesses. And I've been in workplaces where people would not only build cases towards me, but they will build campaign this hate train towards me because they see that I'm very much so walking in my truth. I know who I am, and I walk, with my head held high because I know what I want to do in life, and I know a 9 to 5 job is not where I'm meant to stay at. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just be mindful that people will send you evil eyes and all the things to try to stop your progress and try to slow you down and dim your light and build a hate train towards you. Like they would have newcomers coming in, and you notice they kikiing with everybody else, but they moving like a robot when they see you. Like they just move straight ahead. Like they don't even like turn and look your way. I be like, look at this motherfucker shit. Like I ain't like I'm hard to get along with. I'm not hard to get along with. So it's just like, but when they get by themselves, it's a whole different story. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about, GBs. Like when you get people by themselves and they don't have that pack that they run with. Listen, man. They like, I really like you. Like they don't really tell you to your face, oh, I don't see what people are saying, but I really do think that you have a good personality. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can kiki together without, you know what I'm saying, others trying to intervene or interfere with, you know what I'm saying? Oh, don't talk to her, listen, Janae. She got her own podcast. You know what I'm saying? They do like little slick shit like that. And like, I'm not tapped in or spiritual enough to know that I know what the hell is going on. So even like I said, these petty write-ups, I don't sign nobody's damn document. Well, you know you ain't done wrong. Don't sign no damn document. Fuck you. Fuck you and the damn write-ups. Okay, period. Next. I just want y'all to just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's for everybody that deal with that, but I'm speaking on star seeds. I'm speaking on the black sheets. People that are, you know what I'm saying? You know you're a good person, and people do everything, and they might just try to get you up out of there for no reason at all, and you just there to clock in, get your money, and clock the fuck out and go home and pay your bills and do whatever, go on vacation or whatever, just to live your life. Like, it's just like, know how to go back to your handbook and just say, hey, because sometimes I done got to a point where I tell a manager, hey, step into my office. Let's go over here where it's quiet and ain't nobody, just you and I just conversing, because I want to nip this in the bud, because I can't have no shift being ran with me in it, and it's some funny energy, weird energy going on. So you have the time to have the floor to say, listen, I need to talk to you. I need to speak to you. I have an issue with this and this. Because don't they do that, like when you in the hiring process, when you do the application, they ask you those questions like, what would you do if Sue hit Michael, or Michael grabbed Sue's rear end? I ain't gonna, you gotta be very scientific. Michael grabbed, like, the sexual harassment, like, do you report to the manager? They ask you those type of questions. So it's just like they kind of quiz you on your personality, your ego's like, or you gonna set your ego and pride to the side. So that's all, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into more of people that you do come across in the workplace, which is like a good work buddy, a good work bestie that, y'all can work good together. It ain't no hating, no jealousy. Um, when you have a good work buddy, does it not make the shift go smooth? Like very smoothly. Like, and then, if y'all can catch up outside of work, that, I've had work buddies where I can just, like, what I'm saying, let's go out to, get some brunch together or do some things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Like some people, you got, like I said, you got to know who's a walking red flag and who's not. Cause I've had quite a few red flags walking around. I ain't gonna lie, like, and then like I kind of like let them into my energy space, let them see what I do outside of work, how I am outside of work. Excuse me. And people turn weird. I don't like weird energy, so I keep weird energy away from me. So it just like like I said, kind of trust your intuition and use your discernment when it comes to, you know, linking up with people outside the workplace. Um, there's nothing wrong with saying like, oh, I don't have that type of issue. Some people don't. Maybe that you can get with the program. I know I can't. As y'all can see, I done been fired and thought I was gonna be picked up by the city and the county in the back of the county. So because it got very much so bad, like it was bad. But again, I learned to take accountability for my actions, and I was dealing with a lot of built up anger. And I want to say before I close this out, um, when you guys see this episode, I hope that it kept you intrigued, interested, and bring in more GBs, y'all. Like men, women. Like I'm here for everybody. Like no, doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity. I don't like. I'm for who I need to reach, and I know everybody is not gonna be for me. Everybody's not gonna take me in or take me serious or however the case may be, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I want the people who are relatable to me and can understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm saying? Like for me to be very much so vulnerable to let you guys in on some of the things that I've encountered from my past that could come up. Like I'm not ashamed or embarrassed by the things that has happened to me. I tell anybody I'm a lover and a leaver. So once I see red flags, I'm out of there. I'm gone. I'm like my uncle Bay Boy. You look better going than coming. Yes. You look better going than coming. But when y'all see this, and it's going to drop today on July 16th. And this year, as I said before, I speak spiritual slang. So, and I'm very much so with numerology and the astrology. So this year is year 9, which means things coming to an end. But I lost my sister 9 years ago today on the 16th. And this was like my best friend, like my best friend. She and I was just so close in age. And her birthday is next month. And I'm feeling pretty good that her death really taught me a lot. And what I mean by that is it taught me that it's okay to cry. Crying is healing for the soul. Crying is also letting go. And I'm gonna tell you this funny story. Like I was going through a very toxic relationship, and she and I we were just sitting in her home, her place, and I remember me and the guy like we wasn't seeing eye to eye. Like it was just like, yeah, y'all need to break. We need to break up. And my sister was the first person to have taught me detachment. She was a Leo. She a fire sign, y'all. She didn't give a damn. I mean, that is like, Kiara is my twin. She just red bone. And y'all know them red bones are hell. And she was a hell raiser. She was a Leo. That. So she was like, oh no, delete the thread. I was like, delete the thread? Y'all, GBs, my sister grabbed my fucking phone and deleted the whole text message thread. And I felt like my heart dropped because I was just like, I used to want to hold on to certain things. And I was like, no, I can't believe you did that. I wasn't ready to let go, but it was just like, no, it's time. And I could like feel her nudging me in the spirit realm, like, when it's time to go, it's time to roll out. Whether it's a family, relationship, job, or whatever. Like I have mastered detachment. Like I said before, I am a lover and a leaver. I will leave your ass high and fucking dry, fucking with me. Like I don't deal with that. So I know I can find, like, people would like used to like make jokes like, you always on a job. Like I am always on a job because I'm gonna forever keep me some money. Why would I not? Y'all motherfuckers really be wanting me to like fall on my face. Let's just put that out there. People want me to be alone. I'm not alone. I'm never alone. Never. Never alone. So my detachment is very much so top tier. So like if it's not meant to be, like God will always give you signs, give you red flags. When it's time to go, it's time to go. But certain things and certain people and places that you cherish and hold on to, and I cherish and hold on to my sister a lot because she also teaches me a lot of things, even in the spirit realm. Like, yeah, she does, and I am so grateful to you know, have her in my life even now. And she may not be here in human form, but I feel her spirit a lot, and she the one that tell me, hey Lex, she give me a little spiritual nudge, like, hey, you ain't been posting your content. Like, what's not clicking, Steven? What's not clicking, Lexus? Put that shit on. And that was her. Y'all know my sister. She will put that shit on. Thick thighs and all. Thighs out. Y'all know I got my thighs out for you, sis, today. Hair done, makeup. Like nails. And y'all know I've been on my binge with my natural nails for months. Months, y'all. But yes, because I am a wife. Is a wife. Is a wife. With me on red carpets. Yes. And celebrating life. So, and I want to also shout out, because we in cancer season. Like my heavy hitters, my aunt Gail, like I love them, but Kiara, you are not forgotten, my girl. And today I had to do it. Workplace environment, throat chakra addiction. Yes, yes, yes. And then wait a minute before we close this thing out. I want to tell my GBs. Lastly, I know I've been prolonging, but that's okay. And y'all been missing me. I know y'all probably like, is she gonna continue doing the streak? Like, what she gonna do next? When is she gonna drop episode 8? Listen, GBs, we're gonna drop episode 8 soon. Just know it's gonna be done. I'm gonna get her done. Okay? Y'all ain't gonna have to worry. So I'm here to be resourceful, to be your pusher, your motivator, and use your discernment. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Y'all, please trust your intuition. You know when things are not right. My mic keep dropping. But I don't feel like I really dropped my mic yet. So trust your instincts, your intuition, and your application for the success that you want when you know that you are meant to be very much successful, and you want to better yourself. Putting your application in with God. Put your application in with God. Let God be your handbook to your manifestations and your prayers. Know that when you put it in, just okay, leave it and go off and do something else, because you just never know how things come in full circle. Meet new people, whether you on a 9 to 5 job or you networking to get your foot in the door, with entertainment, in the entertainment industry. Always know your worth. Learn from your past mistakes so that, because in the 9 to 5 job, you going to get fired. Corporate world, you're fired. Industry, you can get canceled. I'm not for to be fired or canceled. So I'm just letting you guys know to protect yourself energetically and spiritually from evil eyes, people creating hostile work environments, people with passive aggressiveness. What else? Just, you know that you are enough, and know that you will get through anything. I tell you, I've lost it all, been down to the last, and I've gained it all back, and now I just keep moving. We're in Cancer season. I speak spiritual slang. Till y'all get it in your mind that my new tagline is I speak spiritual slang. We in Cancer season. This is the cherry. It's time to move forward and quick. You got to be quick on your feet with your thinking and moving, doing the things. So if it's like, y'all, I'm sitting on so many content that I have not yet released. So don't don't judge me, please. Don't judge me, GBs. What else I want to say? Like, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. I'm like, I feel like y'all have gotten to know a lot about me with these 7 episodes. Hopefully we can bring somebody, as a guest on episode 8. So we'll see. I don't know. We don't know, GBs. Who gonna be the first guest since y'all getting to know me? Y'all just have to stay tuned. And God bless. Love you. Meaning.